Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our RimWorld Star Wars Let's Play. So in the last episode, toward the end, we had been hit by a psychic ship and a bunch of mechanoids inside. We were able to deal with them without too much trouble. We did take some minor wounds across a couple of characters, but nothing serious. And we were able to go ahead and pick up all of them, or at least all of these centipedes so far. And we're going to get them turned into plasteel and components. Obviously, the scythers are still need to be brought inside. We did get one scyther blade out of it, so we'll be able to sell that for a decent sum. But unfortunately, all the others were beyond recovery. So there's that. And we obviously have some repairs that need to be done still. The geothermal generator needs some work, as does our brand new anti-material turret. They got pretty roughed up. It took a lot of shots, though, so... I'm glad it was able to stay in one piece, and the sandbags around it are pretty roughed up too. So we'll see that get repaired today at some point. I think everybody's been treated with the exception of Maris, who's being treated right now. Yeah, you've been treated, so that works out pretty nicely. I would like to put the components that we get from those mechanoids toward another component assembly bench. And we'll throw it in the prison somewhere around here, or maybe over here. I don't know. It'll be somewhere where it won't be too much in the way. We could even drop it in over here. Actually, that would be nice. Yeah, we'll do something like that. But that will allow Cold to start contributing by making components for us. And I guess he could do other things there as well. Obviously, we're not going to let him make weapons, but he can make components for weapons or something. As long as the end product isn't something that he can use against us, it should be fine. Meanwhile, it looks like all of these things have been repaired. Perfect. And people are healing up. So, Jade, I wanted you... Well, when you wake up, I'm going to give her... the other T21 that we have. This is formerly Kenta's. Kenta took the better quality one. At some point, I'm also going to need to have people start ditching their armor to repair it. Like, your Death Trooper armor is at 72 right now. It's a bit rough. And your bodysuit's even worse than that. Also, this lightsaber is down to 800 work left, which is, I think, less than half of what it requires. So that should be done fairly soon. Or we can only hope anyway. And let's see. Did this ever get... Oh, we got a meteorite. What is it? Oh, some steel. Nice. I don't mind some steel. Let's see. Go ahead and mine all that up for me. It's kind of a hike, unfortunately, but we'll do what we have to get more steel. Somebody's starving. Oh, Togrel needs to be fed. Karan, when you're done with that, can you feed Togrel for me? By the way, it is Karan. Karan is the Greek, or he's the boatman at the river Styx. And it's Karan. It can be spelled with a CH or a KH, but the proper pronunciation is like a hard K or C sound. It's not Sharon. That is the moon of... Oh, crap, I forgot what planet it is. But there is a moon with a name spelled the same way. Now, the pronunciation of that is different because the astronomer who discovered it named it sort of as a spin-off of his wife's name, which is Charlene, and so it's pronounced differently because of that. But in any other instance, it's pronounced Charon because it's a reference to Greek mythology. Alright, so something else I'd like to get going right now is, I know we're a little bit low on steel, but I don't like having our rooms poorly lit. That increases the likelihood of infestation spawns. So, I'm going to go through and add in some chandeliers in there. Those are fairly cheap as steel goes, and they don't require any components. Heater broke down. That's going to be more components gone. Let's see. What is taking us so long regarding the disassembling of mechanoids? That would explain it. We don't have any power to the bench. That would definitely explain it. We don't need that bill anymore. Engel, do me a favor and flick that real quick since you're right here. It looks like it actually got done here too. Okay, so they can do it at either bench, but that is, yeah, you know what? Pause that, please. I would rather Stormtrooper armor get worked on there, and we'll disassemble the mechanoids here so that both of those jobs can get done, and we'll just turn this off later. Jade, since you're just wandering around, please go equip this rifle. And we'll try to get you some Stormtrooper armor soon. You might get the next one, but there are a few other people that could use it. So we'll have to see about that. Yeah, Togrul could use it, but Togrul could also use a proper blaster. You don't appear to be listening very well, Maris. Just gonna go repair that. Okay. Not super necessary, but fine. Also, have we produced any chem fuel yet? No. That's fine. It's not a big rush. It's just something I'd like to start working on in case we ever decide to add vehicles in some way, shape, or form. There is a mod I was looking at, but it's going to require a lot of modding on my end to get it working the way I would like. So I haven't implemented that yet. But it is something I was looking at and may add in the future. So we'll see. How are our trees doing? 54%, growing at 120% growth rate. They've been doing alright. The tilled soil really helps, and the temperature in here is pretty solid. I do still want to put a door in there, but I'm going to wait until I have a bit more steel to work with. Actually, 360 is not bad. Let's see, is that a steel door? That's a marble door. I want a steel door, please. There we go. Throw in a steel door right there. That'll help with temperature regulation, because if the heaters don't need to heat that entire hallway, they'll, you know, get the job done a little bit more effectively. How are we doing over here? Still no raw resources other than stone. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We are going to continue to strip mine. Once we've done this, I'm going to start doing it over here. But I need to figure out how I'm going to lay out this part of the base, if it's going to be part of the base. And whatever isn't is going to be walled off, so that any infestations that occur in there won't become a problem for us. They could still potentially become a problem for us, but you know, if there's like a double thick wall between us and them, it should be alright. Also, if we're careful, we could potentially turn it into outdoors, which would completely prevent the spawn of infestations, because it would drop the temperature into a negative. Which I think anything under like -4 they won't even spawn, period. And the cold temperature actually kills them pretty quickly as well. So if we ever get a really bad infestation, we can effectively just vent the base to the outside, and the temperature would kill them. So who still hasn't healed up yet? Corona? You just have 2 real minor stabs there, and then Maris. It looks like somebody shot you in the thumb. Some friendly fire there, and then the Scythers got you a little bit. By the way, I mentioned last episode fixing people up with DE surgeries. We did install that mod. Just for whatever reason, the option wasn't coming up on certain characters, but I've noticed that on others it was. So, yeah, I guess it was just being weird. But like, for example, her right leg can get patched up for the cost of 2 medicine. I'm going to do that now, actually. We may as well get some of this done. Heth, do you have any permanent scars? No. May, you shouldn't. Kenta does. I'd like to get him taken care of as well. I know why. It's because of that. No, it's not. So what is it about your scar that can't be treated? Yeah, so see, some of them are weird. I don't know why. But unfortunately, there's just not much we can do about that. Salt's scar is treatable for some reason. Let's try setting this back to full medicine. I'll basically make everything match Salt's. And then, okay, now that we've advanced time slightly, administer royal jelly. No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, it doesn't just want me to do it. Okay, so we'll turn that off. I'll say that you can self-tend again. Did the royal jelly get hauled in? No, it's still sitting out here. I want that hauled, but I don't want it eaten. Kepin, do me a favor and haul that inside. Cannot haul, no space to store it. Crap. Where are we gonna put it? Okay, so I'll have to figure that out. It looks like we've gotten some cargo pods with some jade. I don't mind jade. I don't particularly need it though. Anyways, what I've done is I'm gonna have Kepin go grab it, and then I'm gonna have him walk it to the freezer, and then drop it and forbid it to make sure that nobody eats it. But I couldn't find it in the stockpile options. I went through all the food things. So basically everything that's not kibble or meal is allowed. I don't think it's under manufactured. No. I don't think it's a drug. Maybe it's a drug. Oh, it is a drug. Okay. Yeah, we'll say, we'll do that then, and then Kepin will just tell you to haul it instead of picking it up. There we go. Okay. Did you get fixed? You did. You also got turned off. Perfect. We need to get this stuff inside still. How are we doing on components? We're only at 9. That's not very good. Are we not getting any from the mechanoids? Ah, no, we are. They're just not getting hauled. Okay, well, they'll get hauled eventually. And then once we have 14... Well, I'd like to wait until we have a little bit more than 14, but 14 is the minimum we need in order to make another assembly bench. So we'll want to do that as soon as we can. How are you coming on that armor? Pretty good. That's probably 1 more day's worth of work there. And she's got maybe 2 more days on that lightsaber. Depending on how efficient she is. She could potentially do that in 1. Yeah, I'm not impressed with our haul of components. To be honest, we've already dealt with all the centipedes. And don't have a whole lot to show for it. I mean, we've gotten a lot of plasteel, though. At least there's that. And how many have you made me? You've made 1. Where did you put the other sculpture that you made? And why does that wood look strange? Oh, right. I added a mod that added some decorative stuff, and it looks like it changed the texture of the wood. I don't particularly like that, but oh well. So there should be... Is it this one? It must be this one. Because I don't recall that one being there. So this is superior quality. It was made by Mordant, as all of them were, and it's called Blue Song. 135 beauty. This work bears a representation of 6 gourds. The image somehow expresses both suffering and devastation. An aardvark in the upper part of the image seems to symbolize death. Okay. Always a bit odd. Is that better than... It is better than that one. By quite a bit. Okay, so this will get uninstalled. And then we'll put that one in its place, because that's significantly better. And we'll have to see what else he comes up with. I'm hoping for a little bit more variety, though, because I want to fill in these 2 last slots with something that looks a little bit different, at least. That way, it's not too similar. Some of them look like busts of people's faces. I wouldn't mind 1 or 2 of those. But we'll see. We'll see if we ever get anything. Components finally got delivered. We're up to 14 now. We can only hope we get a few more here. Salt is waiting for her operation. May cannot operate, need material. Well, you have medicine. What else do you need? There we go. Okay. So, that will get done. Is it clean in here? Yeah, it's clean in here. How's our stuff coming up here? Looks like some of the lights are getting done. Is this not wired? Oh, it's not. Okay. Well, that makes sense then. It's going to be a lot of steel to get that done, but it needs to be done. So, let's make it happen. And at least with these being lit, again, it lowers the chances of any sort of infestation spawning in here. And then it's just a matter of smoothing all that stuff out. Cold, you're mining, which means that you don't particularly feel like smoothing floors. I was always under the impression that that was under construction, but it appears that it's not. So I don't know what else that would be. Okay, so her stab is now removed. Let's get your medicine back down, and that just leaves your kidney to be replaced. Again, we don't have the ability to make the synthetic one yet. Only the surrogate, which is not good at all. So we don't want to waste our time with that. We've made the surrogate. We need to basically turn it into a synthetic one. I think that's how it worked. But we're not going to install the surrogate because it's just bad. I'm going to forbid this before I forget. Use that under special circumstances. How are we doing here? 446, 171. He could have finished that today. Pathfinder, where are you, man? Okay, when you're done with that, I want you right back here doing this. I want that finished today. Let's see what your success chance is on this. Should be fairly high because she is fairly low in terms of recruitment difficulty, although you apparently can't catch her to talk to her. God. No? Okay. Having a hell of a time. Oh, man. Alright, she's standing still. Come on, make this happen. Anything? No? It looks like we only got 2 components from that last site there, unfortunately. Dude, you gotta be kidding me. How are you not done yet? Okay, so he failed, but it's almost a 10% chance, so it's gonna happen fairly soon here. That should mean that you're off to Stormtrooper armor. Perfect. Again, I'm hoping he can finish that today. It's only 171 work left. He might be up a little bit late doing it, but it should be able to happen. Any resources up in here? We do have some compacted machinery. That'll work out pretty nicely for us. So we can hope to maybe get 10 from that. We've already got 4, so 6 from what's left. Still plenty of plasteel up here too. Lots and lots of plasteel. If only the Star Wars stuff didn't require so many components, because we could just start cranking out armor. But the component investment in Stormtrooper armor alone is insane. I've talked about this before, but I think it's really unbalanced the way it's set up. Because Stormtrooper armor, other than the helmet, is essentially just a series of plates over a bodysuit. And so the fact that it requires, like, I forget what the cost is, but I think it's more components than, it's 12, so almost as much as an assembly bench for what's essentially a series of, plasteel plates. Doesn't really make sense. I get that they're trying to make it expensive because it's very good, but I think they could have balanced it better. Honestly, if they made it just cost more plasteel, I think that would have been fine. And I guess I could always change that, but it's a bit late in the game to do it at this point. I guess Pathfinder gave up. I've noticed that, and the game version hasn't changed, mind you, so we're still playing the same game version that we always were. Obviously, there is a... Oh, this is slightly different. Okay. I'll put one of these here then. Right, and I'm going to have you make some more medium sculptures too. Let's do something like that, and... Oh, large sculptures, right. There's no medium. It goes small, large, grand. Anyways, there is a 1.0, I think it's like a test version of the 1.0 release version of the game that is playable right now. I think it's like the 1.0 unstable or whatever it's called. I have been playing Beta 18 for the entirety of this playthrough, so the game version has not changed, but it seems like they disregard my prioritizations a lot more than they used to. Because I used to be able to prioritize stuff, and they would do it until they basically collapsed to exhaustion, or something like that happened. But that no longer seems to be the case. They will pretty much call themselves off of stuff whenever they feel like it now, which kind of defeats the purpose of the prioritization. So I don't know how I feel about that, and I don't know if that's just my perception or if that's actually happening. Oh good, we're making some progress over here. That room is done. This one is nearly done. And it looks like, did we get all the power running too? Wow, okay. Let's go ahead and reconnect these then, just so the wires are a little bit less unsightly. I mean, they're still very visible, but at least this way they're in straight lines in uniform. Okay, so you're back on your feet, and you should be feeling a lot better. The only thing... Yeah. That kidney is really killing her blood filtration, but can't be helped right now. Alright, so Stormtrooper armor has been finished. Who took off with it? Who made it? And where did you go? It just finished. They couldn't have gotten far. Oh, there he is, Pathfinder. Where'd you put it, man? There it is. Okay, so good quality. That's nice. I'm glad it's not like crap quality. Who is most deserving? It's tempting to give it to Jade because she is obviously a decent fighter. She's a great shot and she has a pretty good blaster. Togrul is also somebody who needs to get Stormtrooper armor, but until he actually has a proper weapon, I don't know if it's worth giving him the armor because he's not going to be able to utilize it as effectively without a good weapon too. So I think Jade is going to be the one that gets it. I'm going to tell her to put it on now. She's going to have to drop her armor, but that's okay. And she'll drop those custom Sith robes. So go ahead and force wear that. And I don't know if I'm going to give people helmets or not yet. I mean, I should give them some helmets, but I don't know if everybody's going to get a helmet necessarily. But there's one more set of armor at least. Looks like she's going to have a very early morning snack. Are you just going to wake up? Okay, yeah, apparently she was rested enough already. Alright then. How are we doing on our lightsaber? She should be able to finish that today, actually, as long as she stays on it. And to that end, I'm actually going to... Wait, what did I just do there? Prioritize producing components. No. Cancel that. Just do your thing. I'm not going to interrupt. And hopefully she gets it done. Also, that reminds me, I haven't really checked recently. Boss, how are you at talking to people? You should probably practice that because you actually have some potential for it. Who the hell can I have talking? Liam, are you any good at talking to people? I want to check on the comms console. I mean, you're not the worst, so do me a favor and run down here and just check on this. Oh, okay, well, there's nobody to call. Why exactly are you putting that on? I mean, if that's really what you want to do, but that's dead man's clothes, so I don't know why you would want to. But fine. Cool. Got her. So she is now one of us. She's going to go throw on a parka. Fair enough. Your parka is actually pretty good. You know what? Here, let's do this. If I have her drop it and then force wear it, she won't switch her other clothes for it. If she wants to ditch the tribal wear underneath, that's fine by me. We'll need to get you... She'll probably end up in Stormtrooper armor as well. But for now, she'll just have to wear what she's got. Let's see, wardening. I suppose I don't mind you doing that. Negotiating. I'll put it at 4, but that's not really going to be your thing. Hunting. I mean, maybe. I'll put it at 4 just so I can tell her to do it when I want to. Growing would be nice if she helped out with that, so I'll leave it at 3. And I guess we'll set her smithing and tailoring and whatnot to 2. She could also be another artist for us, but Mordant is probably... He's at 11 right now, but he's only got 1 passion for it, whereas she's kind of the same, just at 6, so... They have the same potential, he's just got a little bit of a head start. I guess that's fine. She'll be doing a little bit of everything, but mostly crafting and talking to prisoners. Which is something she apparently likes to do. So that's fine. We disassembled all the mechanoids, so I don't think this needs any more power. I'm going to allow this once more just so that, you know, if anything else comes through there. But I'm not going to do anything else with it. How are we doing up here? Pretty good, actually. These rooms are almost done. Now, I still need to remove the ceilings and then replace them with the transparent ones. That's going to require even more steel. But I think we're okay. Yeah, we're up to a respectable number again. So I'm not as worried about it. But that'll need to get done. That way we don't need to worry about the sun lamps, at least. Obviously, the hydroponics basins are probably more components than we can afford at the moment, but at least we'll be ready to deal with those when the time comes. And that way, again, the sun lamp isn't a problem in terms of power, so that we can potentially run more of these without worrying about taxing our grid too much. However, I do want to build that assembly bench, and I might just go ahead and do it. It's going to take all but one of my components, but it'll let us start making them again, because right now we're not getting any due to the lightsaber construction. Right now she's hogging the bench, and so nothing else is getting done. That does remind me, though. Did that crystal ever get done? It never did. Okay. Let's make that a priority then. Or did we already make one? Hang on a second. I don't see anything that looks like a yellow lightsaber crystal. Strange. Why would that be on there twice? Unless I added it and just never went through with it. Which is entirely possible. And fairly likely. Yeah, I don't see anything that looks like one. Obviously Mars has a red crystal. Heth has his original red crystal. So clearly they don't have any. So yeah, we'll go ahead and go from there. What does it require again? Just stone blocks. Any kind you want, I don't really care. Just make it happen. Hopefully make it happen quickly. That should finish today. And hopefully this gets done quickly. Perfect. Working on it right now. So that'll be Cold's main job, is, you know, producing components there, or anything else we need, but mostly components. We will need to stockpile steel in that area so that he always has a supply. So let's do that now. Stockpile zone. We'll set it right here, I think. Just something like that. And this is going to be nothing but steel. Critical priority, so that he always has materials nearby. And we'll just say steel and steel only. I saw a pop-up, but I didn't catch what it was, and it looks like it wasn't anything important, or if it was, it went away. So I'm not going to sweat it. Okay. We've got 9 components left. But we need 5 more, so we're going to be left with 4 total, it looks like. Unless the numbers are being weird again, which is entirely possible. No, it looks like we've got 9 left. That's strange. I don't know how that worked out. Unless, did we just destroy something that we shouldn't have? Because that's entirely possible. Yeah, I'm always wary of this. Recycle apparel. Let's just put that on pause. I don't trust it. I don't know what they're taking apart. Like, I'm worried that I missed some stormtrooper armor somewhere and it just got disassembled for parts. Although there could have just been other components sitting around. Oh, you know what it probably was? It was probably this up here. I'm sure some compacted machinery got brought down, and that's probably where the extra ones came from. But I'm going to be paranoid anyways and just get rid of it. I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so there's that. Let's grab a steel stool and plop it in front of there. I want to add a bill. I want to make components. For now, that's all I really want, and we're just going to do this forever. I'm going to make sure that that's prisoners only. And we're going to say crafting skill 10 or better, because I think Cold is 11. Yeah. So he will do that. That should give him XP as well. Cutting stone blocks doesn't give XP for crafting, but this should. So that'll be your main priority. take the best stockpile. Just dump it on the ground, man. Do it forever. Yeah, that works. We'll make sure you always have steel nearby. And then we need to actually change his work priorities. So construction is going to be 2. Mining is going to be 3 now. I don't really care if you mine. And I think that falls under smithing, but we'll say smithing and crafting 1. I think it's smithing. We'll see. Unfortunately, I can't draft him, so there's no way to toggle his AI and make him go jump on that. So we'll just have to wait until his AI refreshes. Let's see. Where are you guys? Are you just hauling that stuff outside? I guess that's fine. I made a little stockpile here so that she always had chunks on standby. But it looks like she's ignoring them. Oh, because you're only making marble blocks. I should change this stockpile then. Wait. Hold on. Okay, so this stockpile. Chunks. Ah, okay. I was looking at stone blocks and I don't know why I was confused. There we go. But yeah, no point in having granite there if she's cutting marble. But if she grabs them from there, that's fine too. As long as they're getting moved and used. Okay. Refined yellow lightsaber crystal. It's right there. Boss just set it down. We've struck compacted machinery again. We already struck that though. Hopefully it goes back into there. When is this lightsaber going to be finished? Okay. Very, very soon now. Hopefully she finishes it before she decides to walk off. It is getting late, so she might abandon the project, but we can only hope she'll stick with it. Alright, well, we're out of time for the day, so I'm going to end it here, and we'll come back with this likely done in the next episode. If Mordant finishes any other sculptures in the meantime, I will be sure to show you guys what they were. Oh, this is new. Let's look at this before we call it a day. So this is Yevra's Shadow. It's normal quality, 68 beauty. The carving represents a plane. Okay, just a plane, like a grassy plane. Dead cheetah poses in the background, while the image somehow expresses both victory and thought. Okay. Sure, I'll install that in here. I kind of want it there. So I'm going to move this to here, and we'll put it in that spot. And that's where we'll leave it for today. So thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.